Thrifty meal makers are creative cooks. They find ways to use leftover foods that would otherwise go into the garbage. Their motto is, "It's a shame to throw it out." Creative cooks are good soup makers. Food is not wasted and the resulting meal is almost free. Read recipes for ideas, then create your own recipe using the ingredients you have. Hearty soups eaten with a bread product are a substantial meal. The traditional soda cracker, now available as whole wheat crackers, are the best to buy.
Homemade soups can be almost a free food. You can put vegetables and things in which are leftovers, little leftover pieces of vegetables, leftover pieces of meat, can all go into your soup. We can extend them a little bit then with some beans or some pasta or some soup mix, and we've got a unique homemade vegetable soup. Let's just talk about the stalks first of all. A stalk is the base part of the soup. There are three types of stock. One is the meat stock, which comes from boiling the bones. This stock that I have today is the stock that I made from my Christmas turkey bones. It's very easy to do, and the directions are in the book for you, but it does take time. You just cover the turkey bones or the chicken bones, or the ham bone if you're making ham and pea soup, or a meat bone or a steak bone if you'd like meat stock. Just cover it with water and let it boil for an hour, a couple of hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, doesn't matter. Some people like to put in maybe some celery and a carrot and a bit of potato or something along with the stock just to flavor it. I never do, I never bother, because I figure I'm going to flavor the soup later. So I just put the water in over top of the bones and let it boil. After it's boiled for a few hours, you put it in the colander and drain it into a great big dish and throw out the bones. Now the stock that's left has all the flavor of the bones. It has all the calcium that's in the bones, which is dissolved out into the water. So it's not only flavorful, but it's also nutritious. What do we do now? We want to cool the stock so we can skim off the fat. The fat will rise to the surface when it cools. When it's coagulated, the fat comes all up to the top. Skim off all the fat and throw it away. Then you can package your stock into manageable sizes. These little containers hold 2 cups. So I know exactly how much soup stock is in here, and I've marked it turkey soup December, just so I'm sure when I get it in the freezer that I'm using the stock that I should be using first before I use the recent ones. Vegetable stock is collected from the vegetable water that you boil your vegetables in. This is vegetable water here. You'll notice the little bit on the bottom. I can just tell you it's just potato, because there is potato water in here, and the potato is a starchy vegetable, so it has dissolved, and of course it sinks to the bottom. So don't worry about it, that's what it is. But in your vegetable stock, you can collect it every meal. It's beans, your carrots, potato water, broccoli water, but do avoid strong flavored ones like turnip, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, because those flavors will overpower the whole bottle. Another way of getting vegetable and meat stocks is to use this kind of thing. From the bulk food store, you can buy chicken soup mix, beef soup mix, and some onion soup mix. And if you use 1 teaspoonful of this in with 1 cup of water, or preferably vegetable water, you will have the chicken flavor or the beef flavor. But you don't have the nutrients that you do by doing it the old-fashioned way of cooking your own bones. There also is another way called bouillon cubes. These are very expensive though when you consider the price. They work out to about 20 or 30 cents for each little cube, and that's quite a lot when you think of other ways that you can do it for nothing, really. You're doing it from food that you already have, which would normally go into the garbage. But you can use them. These particular kinds, this one is the cheapest of the three kinds. These two have monosodium glutamate in them. This is one brand that doesn't have monosodium glutamate in them. We're going to make some vegetable soup using our stock. We'll show you how to do it. Over on this side of the table, I have some beans. If you are making vegetable soup, there actually is on the market a package called Soup Mix. And it is wonderful because it has in it a lot of the beans that are quite often used in soup. It has barley, peas, red lentils, white beans, kidney beans, lima beans, and a tiny little bit of macaroni. You can also buy it in bulk. Just watch the prices. Buying it in bulk, you can buy just what you want. However, it's very, very little bit less expensive than this, just a matter of a cent or so per 100 grams. When you use individual beans for soup, you are making just different kind of beans. This one's pot barley, for instance. If you use just pot barley and a few little vegetables and had little cubes of leftover meat put in it, you would have beef barley soup, which you can buy in the store in cans as well, but you can make your own. When you use kidney beans along with pasta, macaroni, and some vegetables, it's called minestrone soup. So lots of times these names that are put on soups are just names. So you can devise your own and have fun really creating soups.